My dear child, how many dreams, gifts, and unique contributions have been buried by fear? How many opportunities to glorify my name have been left unrealized because fear paralyzed you? Fear not only robs you, but also diminishes the light I placed within you for the world. I created you for a purpose. Your talents, ideas, and passions are not random. They are divine tools designed to fulfill my mission. Yet, fear keeps them locked away. And when they remain unused, the world misses out on what only you could offer. Imagine standing on your deathbed surrounded by the unrealized dreams and unused talents I gave you. They'd look at you asking, "Why didn't you let us live?" Don't let fear sentence my blessings to die with you. When fear feels overwhelming, remember, I am bigger than your fears. I don't call you because you're perfect or qualified. I call you because I am with you. Like my servant Moses, who feared speaking but became a leader of nations, I can use your weakness for my glory. If I raise Jesus from the dead, what can't I do through you? Fear is not your enemy. It can be a friend if it drives you to me. Let it push you into my arms, where you'll find strength, courage, and purpose. Don't let it paralyze you or make you a glory thief, robbing me of the honor due when my children live boldly for me. Rise and take the step. Whether it's a broken relationship, a hidden addiction, or a giant dream, don't let fear keep you stagnant. The what-ifs of failure are nothing compared to the what-ifs of never trying. I am with you in your battles, and my strength is made perfect in your weakness. Your fear is no match for my grace. Trust me, even if the path is uncertain, each step in faith brings my purpose to life through you. You already have all you need, me. So, what will you do today? Let today be the day you trust me enough to face your giants. Don't let fear rob the world of my glory revealed in your life. I have something fantastic planned for you. Attack your fear by trusting me, for I will conquer it for you. Together, let's make today the day you step into the fullness of who I created you to be. Today, I want you to embrace this truth. You were not created to live small or bound by chains of fear. I formed you to shine, to create, to impact. But for this to happen, you must take the next step, no matter how daunting it seems. Every time fear whispers, "You can't," I am standing beside you declaring, "You can, because I can." Fear only has the power you give it. My power within you is greater than any obstacle you'll face. Lean into me and watch how I turn your weaknesses into testimonies of my strength. Facing the giants. Do you know why David defeated Goliath? It wasn't because he was the strongest or the most skilled. It was because he believed my promises more than he feared the giant. He looked at Goliath and said, "The Lord will conquer you today." And I did. Your giant might not be a Philistine warrior, but it could be doubt, insecurity, addiction, or failure. Whatever it is, face it with the confidence that I am fighting for you. Fear may roar, but my love speaks louder. Trust that my plan for you is good, and the power to overcome lies in me. Break free from comfort zones. I didn't create you to merely survive. I called you to live abundantly, to run your race with endurance, and to fulfill the divine purpose I've placed on your life. Comfort zones might feel safe, but they are prisons in disguise. The enemy uses fear to keep you confined, but I want to set you free. Remember, when you're stuck in comfort, you miss the adventure of faith. Like Peter stepping out of the boat onto the stormy sea, you need to step into the unknown. Yes, the waves may seem overwhelming, but keep your eyes on me. I will not let you sink. Your contribution matters. You may think, what can I possibly offer? But hear this. I created you uniquely, with a purpose that no one else can fulfill. Your life is a note in my symphony, a brushstroke on the masterpiece of my creation. Without your obedience, something beautiful will be missing. Think of the lives waiting to be touched by your courage, the family member who needs to see you rise, the friend who needs your testimony, the stranger whose life will change because you decided to take that leap of faith. Your contribution matters, not because you're perfect, but because I am perfecting my work in you. Today is the day. No more excuses. No more delays. Today is the day to trust me and move forward. The world doesn't need another person playing it safe. It needs someone willing to believe that I am enough. Someone who says, Lord, here I am. Use me. I am calling you out of the shadows of fear and into the light of my glory. Will you trust me? Will you step forward? Will you allow me to write a story through your life that inspires others and brings honor to my name? Your dreams don't have to die with you. Your potential doesn't have to go to the grave unused. Surrender your fear to me and let's see what we can accomplish together. Take a moment to reflect. What is the one step you've been afraid to take? Name it. Write it down. Then commit it to me in prayer. I'm not asking you to see the entire journey, just the next step. Trust me with the rest. Today, declare this. I will not let fear control my life. I will trust in the Lord, for He is my strength and my salvation. I will step into His purpose, knowing that He is with me every step of the way. Let's begin the journey. Together we'll turn fear into faith and potential into purpose. The best is yet to come. My dear child, I see your heart trembling, and I know the questions running through your mind. What if I fail? What if I'm not enough? What if this path leads to pain or rejection? My child, I want you to know this. Failure is not the end when you walk with me. It's a step toward growth, a lesson in trust, and a foundation for greater things. The world measures success by achievements, but I measure it by obedience. When you trust me and take the step I've placed before you, regardless of the outcome, you are successful in my eyes. Remember, I do not call the qualified, I qualify the called. And you are called. You may feel like you don't have the strength to face what lies ahead. That's okay. You're not meant to do this alone. My grace is sufficient for you, and my power is made perfect in your weakness. When you feel inadequate, let it remind you to rely on me. Your weakness is not a disqualification. It's an invitation to let my strength shine through you. Think of Paul, who faced hardship after hardship yet declared, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That same power is available to you. When you feel like giving up, draw near to me. I will renew your strength and help you rise again. Living a life that matters. My child, don't live a life of regret, looking back and wondering, what could have been if only I had trusted him? The fear of failure pales in comparison to the regret of never trying. Imagine standing before me one day and hearing, well done, good and faithful servant, because you chose to live boldly for my glory. The impact of your faithfulness will ripple beyond what you can see. You may never fully know the lives touched, the hearts changed, and the legacy built because you stepped out in faith. But I know, and I see, and I delight in your obedience. Whenever fear rises up, let it remind you to turn to me. Let fear be the catalyst that drives you deeper into my presence, where my perfect love casts out all fear. Don't let the enemy use fear to silence you or keep you small. Let it propel you to greater dependence on me. When the enemy whispers lies, "You're not good enough. You're not ready. You're going to fail," drown them out with my truth. I am with you. I will never leave you or forsake you. I have equipped you for every good work. I have given you a spirit not of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. Today I challenge you to take one bold step of faith. It doesn't have to be grand. Maybe it's a phone call you've been afraid to make. Maybe it's writing down that vision you've been hesitant to pursue. Maybe it's admitting to someone that you need help or sharing your story to encourage someone else. Whatever it is, do it with me by your side. Take my hand and trust me. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and as you take that step, watch how I guide you, strengthen you, and open doors you never imagined. Here is my promise to you. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Let these words sink deep into your heart. Write them down. Speak them over your life. They are not just words. They are my promise to you. Finally, remember this. You are not alone in this journey. I am with you, and I have placed others around you to support and encourage you. Open your heart to community. Share your struggles and victories. Together you will grow stronger. I believe in you because I created you. I am with you because I love you. Now go, my child, and live the life I've called you to. The world is waiting for the unique light only you can shine. Let's start today. As we continue this journey together, I need you to know something profound. There is no failure in me, only lessons, growth, and the unfolding of my divine plan. What you see as setbacks, I see as setups for something greater. What you perceive as broken, I am shaping into beauty. You may wonder why the road seems hard, or why fear seems to linger. It is because the enemy knows your potential, and he seeks to stop you before you begin. But take heart. I have overcome the world, and through me, you are more than a conqueror. Every battle you face is not yours to fight alone. I am the Lord of hosts, the God who goes before you. When David faced Goliath, he declared, "The battle is the Lord's, and he will give you into our hands." That same truth applies to you today. Your job is not to fight in your own strength, but to stand firm in faith. Trust me to do what you cannot. Trust me to break the chains of fear, to silence the voice of the enemy, and to pave a way where there seems to be no way. You may be thinking, "But Lord, I've failed before. I've let fear win too many times." My child, my grace is greater than your failures. I am not keeping a record of wrongs. I am writing a story of redemption. Each time you fall, I am there to lift you up. Each time you hesitate, I am there to encourage you forward. You are not defined by your past or your fears. You are defined by my love and the identity I have given you as my child. I see beyond your doubts and insecurities. I see the masterpiece I am creating in you. The dreams I have placed in your heart are not random. They are sacred seeds, planted by my hand, waiting to be nurtured by your faith and obedience. Do not let fear choke them out. Do not let the opinions of others or the weight of self-doubt bury them. Water those dreams with prayer. Cultivate them with action, even if the steps feel small, and trust that in my perfect timing, they will bear fruit, not just for your good, but for my glory. Yes, stepping into your calling may require sacrifice. It may cost you comfort, familiarity, or the approval of others. but the cost of obedience pales in comparison to the joy of living in my purpose. Remember, I gave my son for you. There is no greater sacrifice, and because of him, you have access to my strength, my wisdom, and my eternal love. The enemy wants you to focus on your limitations, your failures, and your fears. But I want you to lift your eyes and look forward. Look to me. I am your source, your guide, and your strength. I am making all things new. Remember what I told my servant Isaiah. Do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? Let go of the chains of yesterday. Today is a new day, filled with new mercies and new opportunities. Trust me to do the new thing I have promised in your life. My beloved, the journey ahead will not always be easy, but it will always be worth it. With each step of faith, you are growing stronger. With each act of obedience, you are glorifying me. With each moment of courage, you are living the life I created you for. When fear rises, remember, I am with you. When doubt creeps in, remember, I believe in you. When the road feels long, remember, my strength is sufficient. So rise up, my child, take my hand, and let's move forward together. There is so much more ahead than you can imagine, and I will be with you every step of the way. My dear child, I know you're still processing all of this, and that's okay. You don't have to have everything figured out today. But I want to remind you, every journey begins with a single step. Trust that I will guide you for each one, moment by moment. Let's talk about what's next. Not the far future, not the overwhelming what-ifs, but the next step that I'm placing before you. It might seem small, but small steps taken in faith lead to extraordinary places. Faith is more than belief. It's action. When you step out in faith, you're declaring, God, I trust you more than my fears, more than my doubts, and more than my limitations. That's when you see me work. Remember Peter? He walked on water when his eyes were fixed on me. When he focused on the waves, he began to sink. I didn't let him drown. I reached out and caught him. That's what I'll do for you. Keep your eyes on me and I'll keep you afloat, even when the waters feel deep. Sometimes fear comes from wanting to control everything, every detail, every outcome, every response. But I'm asking you to release that control to me. Let go of the reins and trust that I am guiding you. I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Jeremiah 29:11. My timing may not match yours, but my plan is always perfect. You might feel unprepared, but that's where I come in. I am your strength when you feel weak. I am your wisdom when you don't know the way. I am your courage when you feel afraid. Those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. Lean on me, and I will provide all you need. You are not a copy of anyone else. I designed you uniquely, with a purpose only you can fulfill. Stop comparing yourself to others. They have their own journey, and so do you. Your talents, your voice, your experiences, and even your scars, they're all part of the masterpiece I'm crafting. When you embrace who I created you to be, you glorify me. And when you step into your purpose, you impact the world in ways far greater than you can imagine. I didn't create you to live a life half-lived. I created you to thrive, to grow, and to flourish. But thriving requires stepping out of comfort and into trust. It means risking failure for the sake of my glory. It means trusting that I will catch you if you fall. I have come that they may have life and have it to the full. That fullness is yours to claim. Don't wait for tomorrow, my child. Tomorrow isn't promised. Today is the day to start. Begin with a prayer, a decision, or a small act of faith. Trust me to multiply your obedience into something beautiful. I am with you, and I am for you. My Spirit lives within you, empowering you to do more than you ever thought possible. You are not alone in this. I am your strength, your guide, and your greatest encourager. Let's step forward together, with boundless love, your Heavenly Father. As you continue to spread His message, remember that your efforts are never in vain. Every prayer, every word of encouragement, every act of kindness, it all plays a part in the grand purpose He has for you and for others. Trust that God sees the seeds you're planting, and in His perfect timing, He will bring forth a harvest of blessings, growth, and transformation. Keep walking in faith, knowing that you are not alone. His guidance will always lead you, and His love will sustain you through all challenges. May your journey be filled with the abundant peace of Christ, and may you always feel His presence with you, uplifting and empowering you to continue your mission. Type Amen if you're ready to keep walking